I try to keep it cool, but all these women trying to test me. Your man is a layman, ain't no way that he could best me. The way that I be killing it, I swear they should arrest me or check me.
Good morning. Welcome everyone to today's Standup. I am your host, Jerry Black. We are going to talk about today the topic of the week for the first 5 to 10 minutes. And then we will move on to some open source comedy. And as always, we want to get this moving quickly. It is a stand-up. So bringing on Tim Stevens as well, as he is our sole participant today. So appreciate you joining, Tim. And then here, if you've got any jokes that you want to share in that regard. So first off, imposter syndrome. Read a little bit more about it yesterday and, sort of how people address it, that sort of thing. And one of the, like it was, what are the symptoms of it? And the symptoms of it are, it's a feeling of falsehood was essentially the best definition I had for it. And I want to know if you had run into that, if you have any insight, comments, anything else you wanted to talk about. We've covered this a few times already. So anything new that you've thought through?
Is that a question for me?
Yeah. Anything new that you've thought through? Anything new?
Oh, it's my turn. I did. I think this is more of a, something for everyone to chew on and think about. And if the more I think about imposter syndrome, the more I realize that it's not just an ailment or an experience that you have within your job. Imposter syndrome can be applied across all aspects of your life, right? As a father, as a husband, as a wife, as a girlfriend, as a promising and novice comedian, or even a wannabe, for those of you who've used that term before. But I did stumble across something this morning that I thought really suited and is a really good compliment for what Jerry and I have been discussing last week about imposter syndrome. So I'm going to share it with you. In that, if in the last 12 months you felt doubt and fear and anxiety and just generally feeling like an imposter, and you feel like nobody knows that you actually don't know what you're doing, I can tell you, and I actually believe in this, that you are on the right road. You're exactly where you should be, and that is moving in a direction that's uncomfortable, that has potential for great outcomes, and that is a road that's less traveled, my friends, because it's uncomfortable and it's scary. So that I want you to take with you, chew on that. Definitely would like to hear from you if you have any thoughts. The other one that I want to share with you that I stumbled across yesterday was really awesome, and that is, champions, people that are pursuing something great or high performers. They are known to be what's called broken. And the reason why is we all look at people that are high performers and champions, whether they're in sports or business or their career, and we're trying to identify an aspect or a characteristic that they have that we lack. And the reality is that they actually lack something that we have. And what it is an off button. They don't stop. Which for comedy, it's you have to, right? For what we do, you have to. You have to look at a lot of the comedians today and you listen to their story and you listen to what they think about comedy. And I think about guys like Dwayne Perkins and Mark Norman, and what they say specifically in some of their interviews is that they all say the same thing. They fail more than they succeed, for sure. They're always nervous and scared. People are highly critical of them, especially their families, about what they're doing and whether or not they're going down the right career path. And they always have these doubts. And they'll put in a lot of work to create, say, 10 jokes, knowing that 1 or 2 of those is really going to be good enough to take on stage. And maybe 1 out of those 2, or none of those out of the 10, may even be a hit. But they continue to push on. They continue to write. They continue to experiment. They continue to carry that nervousness and that anxiety, and they don't have an outlet.